we now have a trilogy of To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Let that fucking sink in.
I didn't get in.
To All the Boys, Always and Forever. To All the Boys, Always and Forever stars Lana Condor and Noah Centineo. It is the story of Laura Jean returning home from a family trip as she considers going to college either really close to her boyfriend Peter Kavinsky or really far away. I saw the first one a long time ago when it first came out, and I always thought, you know, it's not the kissing booth. At least it's not the kissing booth. But then after a second viewing, I was like, it's not the kissing booth still, but it's still Then I recently watched the second one, and that made my worst of 2020 video. Even though it wasn't as awful as many of the other films I saw in 2020, it still was kinda bad. What do I think of Always and Forever? The same, I guess? Look, I understand these films weren't exactly made for me. This is obviously a teenage rom-com. It's aimed at teenagers. I'm not a teenager. And this isn't my type of film. And I'll even admit it myself, there are parts in this film that I actually find kind of sweet, and you know, they're not as bad as other parts. I still think at its core, it just follows the tropes and the cliches of a teenage rom-com. And it doesn't really provide anything from a technical standpoint or a storytelling standpoint, a narrative standpoint, that makes me really want to ride for it. I just don't think it's that great. But do not get me wrong, I always think the most consistent part of this trilogy was Lana Condor as Laura Jean. I genuinely think she has a lot of charisma in these films. I think she's probably the best actress of the film. It's obviously not Noah Centineo, you know, which in this film he's not as bad as, you know, before. But, you know, he's still kind of like that underwhelming, you know, fucking e-boy in the fucking film. Again, it always just comes back to the story and how I was never fully invested into their relationship, even in the other films. And in this one, it's the same problem. I have no emotional connection to this relationship. So when the fighting comes, because every film has a fight, they have this fight in every film that should really change everything, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna break up again, oh no. It doesn't feel like it's really clawing at my heartstrings. It doesn't feel like I should even care about it. I really don't. I feel like the emotional core of the film is non-existent. And even like the central story of Laura Jean considering going to a college closer to Peter or going far away, it's not interesting at all. You know exactly where it's going, you know exactly what the beats are to this film, and that's what makes it so very unspecial. Is that a word, unspecial? I don't fucking know. The editing and scene transitions are fucking awful. I feel like they're even a little worse than the other ones. And then the soundtrack, oh my god, all of the music choices in this film are so annoying. I feel like they don't really add to the tone, if there even is a tone to this film. I highly doubt it. I didn't feel it. I feel like the fucking soundtrack is just some guy going, hey, type, what's the most, good sounding song for teens? This one? Fuck it. I don't know what it sounds like, but I'm gonna put it in the film. I will say though, even after all my problems with these films and me myself not liking it, if you do like these films, if you felt like you loved To All the Boys I've Loved Before and To All the Boys P.S. I Still Love You, then you're going to like this film too. This film was made for you. And even if you didn't like it, you know, you can just watch it and form your own opinion. Always watch things for yourself and never listen to people on, hey, you shouldn't watch this, you shouldn't watch this, unless it's something like fucking Cats, that, yeah, don't watch that. So yeah, me personally, I don't think it's great. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and give To All the Boys, Always and Forever 2.5 out of 5 stars. You guys, thank you so very much for supporting me and watching my videos. I feel all the love every time I look on my YouTube and just see that people are actually watching the videos. So again, I thank you so much for actually sticking around. If you like what you saw here, why don't you go ahead and like, subscribe. Oh, motherfucker. If you like what you saw here, like, share, and subscribe. Go check out the Filmaholics podcast on all podcast platforms. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Please be safe, wear a mask, have a good week, and take care.